Not sure why no one understands how I feel. You guys know that my husband turned Republican this term. I don't know why. I threw his ass out of the house. And I have to do more. I don't want to shave my head because that's going to hurt him. I'm going to look ugly. So I'm not doing that. I think I'm going to sleep with his friends. I think that's the only way. I think sleeping with his friends will do. What do you guys think? His liberal friends, of course.
First question I'm asking everybody in my life from this moment forward, who did you vote for? If I get anything aside from Kamala, get the out of my face. I am done, honestly. It costs me $0 to cut people off. And in this economy, I'm taking all the free shit I can get.
Donald Trump is president, and I think all women should stop having sex for the next 4 years in protest and protection of your bodies. As we know, if that little baby inside you gives you any trouble and you need an emergency healthcare, you're fucked and you're gonna die. I think that is sufficient enough reason to stop having sex. Don't you agree? This vote wasn't a vote for Americans. This vote was for men. And unless we want to become the Handmaid's Tale, then us women need to protest because this is some buttery bullshit.
I mean, these leftists are nutty, nutty. All right, so now we have this 4B movement. And basically 4B is a shorthand for the 4 Korean words, Bayon, Baichuseon, Baichuseon, and Bayonan and Bisekusu. I'm not sure.
It means no, basically no.
Which translates right to no marriage, no childbirth, no dating, and no sex with men. So the 4B movement emerged in South Korea around 2015 to 2016 per Ju-Hoo and Judy Han, an assistant professor in, of course, gender studies at the University of California in Los Angeles. Mostly popular among young women in their 20s, she described it as a fringe offshoot of Me Too and other feminist movements that arose in response to stark gender inequality in the country. And now it has really risen, because of Kamala Harris's loss.
I'm behind those women 100%. I applaud it. I am woman, hear me roar. Okay, I think that they're on the right track. I hope they have a database that shows all of the women that are participating in this great movement. Okay, and gentlemen, check that website before you look into a young lady. Make sure that if the 4B woman is on it, don't even bother. This is going to do wonders for men because we will know we will know who's crazy. Right off the bat, they're telling you, men. So I applaud it. I hope they keep publicizing it. Let them know who you are, ladies. And when you wake up and become sane again, you'll be 30. And everybody that you could have married, it will already be betrothed. But don't let that stop you. Go for it. I support this 100%.
Exactly. I want to know why this is not considered cultural appropriation. I mean, they always talk about culture. You can't culturally appropriate everything. This is a Korean movement. It started there. Why are these people not being called racist and cultural appropriators? Number one. Number two, why does it seem like, maybe it's true, but why does it seem like women come up with the most stupid, foolish, nonsensical, they just don't make sense things. I don't understand. I mean, I do, but I don't. And then they parade it around like they're really doing something, brilliant and courageous and meaningful. They look stupid and they don't know it. And it's one thing to be ignorant of something and say, you know what, I don't really know that. I don't understand that. Can you help me understand it? Can you explain it to me? But when you don't know, you're ignorant, and then you parade as if you really are not, that's the worst place to be in.
I applaud it. I am happy for this movement. Two things. Firstly, I think it's great that women are starting to actually realize the value in themselves and their body. We've seen in the last several decades or so, the body has become degraded. People the body's a temple. If we know, especially if you're Christian, you understand that, the Messiah came down in a human body. And a lot of people do not talk about this enough, but our body is of value. It is a temple, as the Bible says. And so, when these women go around and you having casual sex with any and everybody, number one, your vagina looks like a piece of used meat, raw meat, and so, the wear and tear of that is one thing. But number two, we need to start pushing abstinence until marriage, and valuing the body and relationships and things like that. I applaud it. If these whores, because many of them were whores, and now they're going to move on to abstinence, give that punani a rest, and really start to maybe put forward a lot of energy into platonic relationships. Actually having a conversation with a man before you sleep with him. Get to know.
I'm glad that some babies will be saved. So
yeah, I love it. I love it. I hope they they decide to actually do this and not turn into lesbians, because many of them probably will try to do that. They're saying, well, I don't want to be a man, I'll sleep with a woman, but whatever. I love it.
Well, one of the girls pretty much alluded to that, but then the last young lady said, me and my girls, we're not going to be, I don't know if you could speak for your girls. You know what I'm saying? If your girls are being completely honest with you, maybe by February, maybe the movement's over. We don't know.
Yeah. But I hope they actually do decide to do this. I really do. We need a movement of abstinence. Give yourselves a rest, because I know you all are putting in work. So, okay. But we will continue to follow this movement and see what comes of it. Not only are they doing this, they're shaving their heads too. These people are nutty. And that's actually, when you see, remember who shaved their head? Britney Spears. When she was having a mental breakdown, she shaved her head. A lot of people, when they start, the women particularly, when they are having mental breakdowns, they shave the head. It's actually something to do with MK Ultra. Definitely look that up. But they're doing this too. Honestly, these people are so weird and nutty. I hope God turns this around, turns it into something, positive. But this is another thing. And they're wearing masks. So that was another thing they wanted to add to it. The no sex, shave head, and they say we need to mask up again, wear a mask over our faces to prevent men from actually getting to see us. So
the only person that I've heard from so far is Stephen A. Smith, who is actually saying, listen, guys, you didn't talk about the issues that actually matter. Now, he's a Kamala Harris supporter, but he's being honest. He's, doing a postmortem on the situation objectively, and he's right. Okay, yep. But thus far, most Democrats are still in the grief stage, and I don't know if they're ever going. Democrats tend to double down when they lose.
Yes.
So you can possibly, if history is an indicator, look for them to become even more leftist and insane.
Well, they'll just continue to lose elections. So I just continue to hope that and pray that the populace and voters and Americans continue to stay wide-eyed to the craziness on the left, and not fall victim to mainstream media pushing narratives that are untrue.